I'll be addressing some of the issues that a lot of people have about KDP, especially those people that are new to KDP, or those people that are struggling with KDP, or those people that just have doubts about KDP. I'll be answering some of the questions that you guys have about KDP. And this is from a very genuine place. I'm going to be very, very transparent with you guys and tell you the fact, what is actually available out there. So KDP is something that I've been doing for a very long time, since 2020, and I have seen the ups and the downs of KDP. I've been through the whole process of how KDP have been going for these years, and the major question I get from a lot of people this period is if KDP still works, right? So that's like the first question that I get from a lot of people, whether KDP still works. And I'm going to answer the question for you in like the simplest way. And the answer is yes, KDP still works. And let me just show you what I mean. This is one of my accounts on KDP, and I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can see it. If you look at the time here, the time is 12:27. And if you can see the time here, it is about the same time here. So this is not something that I'm manufacturing by myself. I don't know if the screen, you guys can see it clearly, but this is how much I've made so far. Today, it's $7.88 so far today, and that's coming from the sales of 2 books. Then for yesterday, you can see yesterday from this account, I've made $48.58, right? And if I'm going to scroll down and to show you guys, you see that, you see the chart, the graph. Every day there's sales coming in, and I'm not running ads on this particular account, right? It's just running organically. So this is just trying to tell you guys that it actually works. So my points at the end of the day is that Amazon KDP still works. I'm in Nigeria. I'm not in the US. I'm not in the UK. I'm in Nigeria. So if you are a Nigerian and you are wondering if Amazon KDP still works, yes, it still works. I make sales every day from my accounts. So it's not a gimmick that a lot of people say that, oh, Amazon KDP doesn't pay anymore. It actually still works. But however, things have changed. It's not like it was before, right? So when I came into KDP, the rules were flexible. It was easier to publish books and get sales. But right now, everything has changed actually. Like the way it used to be before is not the way it is right now. Back then when I started KDP, I told you guys I started with my mobile phone, and honestly now you can actually still do KDP with your mobile phone, and there are some niches you can go into with your mobile phone, but you need to now, upgrade your skills and use a laptop, and there are programs you have to use to be able to generate revenue from KDP, because it's not that easy anymore. But for the question of if it still works, 100% it still works, right? So the next point is a lot of people have challenges about KDP when it comes to opening their accounts, and that's for beginners. And if you are in this part of the world that I am in, some people you begin to have restrictions that is placed on you. Amazon doesn't want to send you OTP and other stuff. And there's obviously ways to go around it and get your account opened. And there are lots of videos on YouTube that show you how to do it. So I'm not going to go into the specifics, but of course you can still open an account in KDP wherever you are in the world. And if you're having any challenge whatsoever on how you can open the account, there are many videos. You can just search on YouTube, and you search and see how you can actually open an account in KDP. Not all of them are actually good ways to do it, but there are some. Just use your sense to get it done. So account opening is still possible up till now, because a lot of people are just complaining, but I think that's not really a major problem right now for people. But the next major problem is books that are being blocked. And I think that this is something that a lot of people are struggling with right now. I still publish books and my books don't get blocked. However, I noticed that some people's books get blocked and some people's books don't get blocked. And you realize that, especially if your account is new, you have that kind of challenge. And Amazon updated their policies, and there are some things that they don't tolerate anymore. But at the end of the day, the first time you upload your book, most of the times it will get blocked. But you have to appeal to Amazon. You have to send them a message, and they usually respond. And sometimes they approve the book, sometimes they don't approve the book. But at the first entry, if your books get blocked right now, maybe you just published it and the next less than 10 minutes is blocked, it's not Amazon themselves that is blocking the book, is the Amazon bots, right? So they are the ones that they just pick something. Maybe, for example, there are some words you are not supposed to use on your title, subtitle, or your 7 backend keywords, and immediately these words are already pinpointed. The bot will just pick it and block the book immediately. They don't even want to waste time. And sometimes it might be that you have misspellings in your title and subtitle, or what you have in your title and subtitle is not the same thing with what you have on the book cover itself, right? So another thing is when you are repeating words. So when you keep repeating the same phrases for your keyword, especially for the back-end keyword, some people, they think by actually adding so many words, it increases the ability for your book to rank. No, it doesn't. Amazon doesn't want you to keep repeating words, especially when it comes to your keyword. So that is like something about that area of blocking books, because it's very, very common these days that Amazon keeps blocking books. But if you make sure that your title and subtitle are not against those words that Amazon have flagged out, because if you go to their website, you see them telling you about the kind of words you should not use in your title or subtitle anymore. And you also make sure that you don't repeat words over and over again, even in your back-end keywords. And your cover, what you have on your cover is the same thing as what you have on your title. These are basically and there's no misspellings, right? So these are like basically the things that make Amazon block your book. And if you have done all these things and Amazon still decides to block your book, you can send them an email and request that you want to speak to a human supervisor, or you want to talk to a person, and they will definitely go through the book and give you your response back. If they are going to approve the book, they'll approve the book. If they are not going to approve the book, they won't approve the book. But however, if you don't go out just copying other books in the niche and just trying to photocopy exactly what they did, if your book has its unique features and literally everything you did in your book is unique to you, and you're not just going online or using AI. I will still talk about AI later, but you're not just going online using AI to copy and do whatever you want to do. Your book will definitely most likely be approved wherever you are in the world. So I actually thought that Amazon blocking books is just happening here in Nigeria or around Africa, but it's actually everywhere, right? So just make sure that you follow these guidelines. I'll leave a link in the description on the site. You can just go and check all the guidelines so that you don't fall into the trap of books being blocked and now get discouraged that Amazon is not working anymore, right? So that is the next point. Another thing is termination of account. This termination of account it has been rampant for a very long time. More than 2 years now, Amazon has been terminating accounts back to back. Before they weren't, but they were just trying to make sure that KDP still has its integrity, because a lot of people are always looking for the easiest way to make money online, and when they get to hear about Amazon KDP, they just pump books into the platform. So Amazon had to cut down the number of books that you can publish in a week, and a lot of things they had to do. And when they realized that you are consistently pumping out low quality books and your books are always having issues, they just get to terminate the account at the end of the day. So termination of account is primarily for violation of their terms and conditions. That's why it's very, very important that if you want to start Amazon KDP, go and read the terms and conditions. They have like a whole lot of things they do not allow on their platform, and you are supposed to be familiar with these things. You don't just go and publish books. You need to know what Amazon wants and what Amazon doesn't want. Amazon is like the best place to sell your books because they have the market. If you are going to other places to publish your books, you have to generate the traffic by yourself, right? So you might not have the wide reach that Amazon has, because, for example, now the account I just showed you now, I'm not running any marketing. I'm not even running ads on the platform. But because of the traction of Amazon, the customer base that Amazon have, people are always coming to buy, right? So it is something that is the best place actually for me to publish my books in. However, there are other markets that you can use, other methods you can use to publish your own books. And if you want me to talk about that, just let me know in the comment section. Then I will show you like about 10 to 15 different sites or ways you can use to publish your own book outside of Amazon and still make money from it. So just let me know in the comment section, and I'll make a whole video showing you the different sites and the ways you can do that, so that you can start making money, just in case you are looking for other alternatives apart from Amazon. So after dealing with termination of accounts, to avoid your account being terminated, just make sure that you don't get your books to violate their policies. And sometimes it's good to pay. You don't have to be pumping books every time, right? Just make high quality books and make sure it aligns with their terms and conditions. The next thing that a lot of people have in mind when they are asking about Amazon KDP is if the market is too saturated. And the thing about Amazon KDP is that right now the competition is even lower than it was before, because plenty people, like a lot of people, are already discouraged. They don't even think it works anymore, especially in Nigeria. Back then, in like 2 years ago, everybody wanted to do Amazon KDP. And I was still here on YouTube saying that what a lot of people are teaching about Amazon KDP is not true. Now, if you notice, the whole vibe of Amazon KDP, the whole buzz of Amazon KDP, it has risen in Nigeria and it has fallen down, and people are not really so excited about it anymore. In fact, most people have believed that this thing is even dead. Nobody is doing Amazon KDP. And they don't believe that people are making money from Amazon KDP. But I am making money from Amazon KDP. And I know a lot of people that are still making money from Amazon KDP. And I'm in Nigeria, right? So if it is oversaturated, it is not even as saturated as it was before. Now the competition is really low. You can go into Amazon KDP and make money. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand. Even the Bible says that to the writing of many books, there will be no end. The book publishing business will never stop. People will keep buying books every single year, every single month, every single week, every single day. People always buy books, right? Whether in the ebook or paperback or whatever format, people want to learn. People need knowledge, and books is not just for knowledge, it's also for entertainment. So it depends on the niche that you are going to. So a lot of people are even trying to get themselves off screen, because we are living in an era where we are always looking at a screen, this and that. But now people are now there's a huge market coming up of people that want to get their eyes off the screen, and they just want something that has a different feel to a screen, because always looking at the screen is not actually very good, especially for kids and even for adults. So sometimes you just want to leave the screens alone. So it's not a market that is going to die. Of course, it can change, but it will not die. So when it comes to oversaturation, yes, there are people in the market. Amazon has millions of books on their platform. However, you can still make money from it. Right? So when there's competition, it simply means that there's demand. If there is no demand, competition will gradually die. But there is demand. So you don't be scared of competition. You just know how to beat the competition so that you can actually make money from Amazon KDP by yourself. Right? So the next point is about AI and Amazon. When AI came out, I knew that it was going to be a problem, because Amazon always prefers their customers to the publishers themselves. So whatever the customer wants, that's what Amazon is going to do, not what you, the independent publisher, wants. Right? So, and the issues with AI that has people use AI a lot to write books, to create illustrations or designs or whatever. And though AI is fast and easy, but you realize that if everybody is using AI, nothing becomes original anymore. It's only machine generated. And when I make a book, for example, in a niche, and I go to use AI to get my materials, and I just do a little bit of editing and write the book and publish it on my platform, somebody publish it on Amazon, somebody else can go and do the same thing about that particular niche. And at the end of the day, there is no personal experience. There's no, when you are reading a book, especially if you love reading, it's like an interaction you're having with the author. You get to know who the author is when you're reading the book, right? You get to have personal experience. The style of the writing are always different. I read a lot of books. I have been reading books since when I was young. So I know, I'm still young anyway, but I mean, when I was like many years ago, I know how particular authors write, and you just feel that connection with them. But if you're just only writing about AI, you can't even feel that connection. Though AI is good and it's getting better by the day. However, it is good to use AI for inspiration, but not for your whole copy. And now, Amazon had to bring it out that if you used AI for anything, whether you are translating the book or you are the content of the book or any diagram in the book, if you used AI, you need to let them know, right? And personally, I don't use AI to write my books or create my books. I create my books by myself. I can use AI to just get inspiration, just like I can come online, do research, and check what's going on and get ideas on what I should do. But I'm not using that person's work as my work. Likewise, I'm not using AI as what I'm going to do, right? Because it just keeps you on a safer line, right? So Amazon and AI, with time, I guess what Amazon is going to do is that every book that is created by AI will now be labeled that this is AI generated, right? So that people that want to buy will know that this is an AI. And there's this thing that people have when something is generated by AI. There's no human connection, no human feel to it. And you're like, it's just AI, right? So however, people still make money from generating books through AI, but I personally don't recommend it to my students or to anyone. Now, the next question is, if you are just starting Amazon KDP, what should be the first thing you should do, right? So, like a beginner's part, if you are just starting Amazon KDP and you don't know where to start from, and you are looking for like a path to success, well, the first thing I would say is that you have to get a mentor. Somebody that has been doing it over and over again. This is like the fastest and the easiest way, right? Somebody that have been doing it and show you what to do. However, if you cannot afford to get a mentor, because I do have my own mentorship program that I hold twice a year, and the next one is coming up next year. So if you are interested, maybe I'll leave a link in the description so that you can join the group. But it's not happening now, it's next year around March. So you get a mentor that is doing it and can put you through. Some mentors can teach well, some can't. And some people don't like the whole process of what mentorship entails. However, that's the fastest and the surest way to get through Amazon KDP. But if you can't afford a mentor, as I said, what you now need to do is that you now have to learn by yourself. But I'm on YouTube to help you out. The first thing you need to do is that you need to know how to do research, right? It's not about making your book, it's about doing research. And you want to find out those books that are in demand. That's what you want to find out. And the easiest way to do that is using Amazon Marketplace itself. So whether you are going to amazon.com or amazon.co.uk, whatever you want to use, right? So personally, I use amazon.co.uk, that's the UK market, and amazon.com. Those are the two markets that I usually do my research on. And when I'm doing this research, I want to find out what are people buying right now. That's what I'm interested in. So when I go to different niches, I check books in those niches that are doing well. And I look for books that are like really, really skyrocketing. And I ask myself, why are people buying it? What is it about this book that people are buying? When I find out that, then I can go and create a book that answers those questions and or fulfills the desires of people that want to buy. So that's how it starts. You need to know the market first. You need to know that there's demand for it first before you go and create your own book. Because if you start creating your book without finding out if there's demand for it, you'll be frustrated. A lot of people go to Amazon and create books and just expect that it will sell. And it doesn't work like that. However, if you have found a niche that sells very well and you've realized that, oh, I can make a book in it, and you finally now make a book that is good, and you notice that sales is not coming in, the only problem or the only reason why that will be happening is if you are not running ads. Because Amazon is not like before. Before, Amazon pushes your book up whether you are running ads or not. But if a niche is selling well, there's obviously going to be competition, and there's obviously going to be people that are already selling well in that niche, and they don't want to give you space to come and take their market. So you have to compete with them on the level that they are competing with. Though they might have more advantage from you, because obviously they might have reviews, they might have maybe the bestseller badge and other things, but customers always look for new things, right? So maybe I've bought this book before and I want something else, or sometimes I don't want what everybody wants, I just want something different. Your book can answer that particular question. So, but for them to be able to buy your book, they need to see your book. That's why you have to run ads, right? Now, I showed you an account where I don't run ads. It's not everybody that can do it. I've been doing Amazon KDP for a long time, so I know how to do it, how to publish books on Amazon, and without ads, you still be making money. But if you're just starting, you don't know those technical things, how to navigate the market, you have to run ads. And the easiest way to start is just do the automatic. Let Amazon do the ads for you. However, you can now, when you now get to know Amazon KDP better, then you can now start with the manual ads. However, the automatic campaign is actually good, right? You can just set it at, depending on the market you are in, but set it at a good, maybe like $5 per day, and run it and see what happens at the end of the day. Maybe you might now need to adjust. And if you're also starting, learning is really important. I think this is even something I should have mentioned earlier. You need to also learn how to create attractive covers, because covers sell your book, right? That statement of don't judge a book by its cover is only somebody that is not an author that will say that statement. Because if you're an author, if you're a self-publisher, you know that everybody that doesn't know the author judges the book by its cover. It's what the cover says, the title, the presentation, the image, everything. That's what people are going to believe before they read your book, right? So one of the best investments you can make on yourself is learning how to design good and attractive covers, especially if you're just starting, right? And there are many ways you can do that. If you want me to make a video about how you can start learning, I even have a course on it. If you're interested, I'll just leave a link on it. You can just go through the course. But if you're not interested in it, or if you want to get the course, just go down to the description or the comment section and let me know. I'll find how I can get the course to you. Now, the next and the final point I want to talk about is my forecast for next year, Amazon KDP, how it's going to be next year. I don't think a lot of things will change, but of course, things might change, but I don't think a lot of things will change next year. But the market will still be there. People will still be buying books next year, and Amazon might change their policies, especially when it comes to AI. They might work on their policies again, and maybe those trouble countries that they notice that people are coming from this country, from books that are coming from this country are having problems, they might now create higher restrictions on those countries and in other places too. So the barrier to entry will be higher on Amazon KDP next. That's my forecast. It might come true, it might not come true, but if you are not doing Amazon, you have not started Amazon KDP, start now, because next year might be much more difficult to start, especially getting into the market, right? Because it's already difficult now, and they'll be making it much more difficult next year. And lastly, I have a lot of videos on my channels that I talk about certain topics on Amazon KDP that would really help you, especially if you're just starting. You can just go to my channel and pick, you see any title of the video, just watch it. You see the things I do. I share my secrets a lot on my videos. You see the things I do, and you see the places you should work on, the places you should correct. If you're having issues, you can actually do Amazon KDP, right? It is not an impossible thing to do. I leave a lot of good content in this channel, so of course subscribe, right? So see you guys on my next video, or you can just go and watch the videos on my channel. So bye.